I'm going to be honest, I think it's all over. We've got 28 games left to get 40 points. Do you think we're going to get 39 points in 28 games? Because I certainly don't. Lads. Lads, welcome to a pretty devastating video. We've just lost 1-0 to West Brom. I said it isn't necessarily a must-win game, but it's definitely a must-not-lose game. And I think it's time to think about the fact that we are probably going to get relegated at the end of the season. Now, we've got a lot of games to go. We were very, very good last season. If we could kind of get back into that groove and how we were playing last season, we could get out of this. But it would take a miracle. Especially with some of those embarrassing finishers. George Baldock missing a golden chance, putting it way over the bar. Not just over the bar, way over the bar with his left foot. Now, I know he's right-footed, but that is a terrible, terrible finish. Ollie McBurney going through kind of one-on-one again. Took his shot way too early, but when you've not got that much confidence, you do that. Obviously on his left foot, he's not left-footed. From the first angle, I thought it's a decent enough effort. Looking from behind the goal when they put the instant replay up, it was straight down his throat. You can't be doing that as a £20 million striker. You can't be. And then the worst one of the lot, Lys Mousset stood pretty much on the goal line. Brewster has his shot blocked by a defender, which he should have put in the back of the net. And then Lys Mousset is about that far away from the goal line. And he's put it over the bar. If there was a night that wasn't our night, this is it times 20. Now, the only one that I've seen that's close to this was when we lost, I think it was 4-0 at home to Scunthorpe a very, very long time ago. I still didn't know how we lost that game. We missed so many chances. Everything went wrong for us. But in this game, I don't know how it's happened. I don't know how we've missed so many chances. There were three really, really good opportunities. Like, you don't get three like this, maybe not in 5 games. Now, let's move on to my face, because I don't want to look at George Baldock like this on the floor anymore, because George Baldock is a very, very good servant to Sheffield United. George Baldock is always a 7 out of 10. Always. And I think he had a very, very good game. Other than that, he set up the chance for Brewster to have his shot blocked, and then Mousset to put it over the bar. He creates a lot of chances. His final ball wasn't great tonight. I'm gonna be honest. Now, this video is gonna be absolutely like all over the place because my head is just scrambled. Let's start from the beginning. Let's start from the team. Now, I wasn't happy with the team, to be honest. I think he got the front two right, maybe. You can easily say that in hindsight. I did say I think he should go for McBurney and Burke up front. Burke was incredible today. He's just not got that. He's not got that touch, has he? Like, there were so many balls where it were just like, they were clipped round the outside, like down the channel, and he just couldn't like take it with him, couldn't take the ball with him. That must have happened 3 or 4 times. He set up George Baldock in the first half to have his have the ball cleared off the line. I thought he was great in that first half. Second half, he didn't have as much service. He may have got a little bit tired. And normally I'm like, Chris Wilder, why have you brought off Ollie Burke? I understand why he brought Ollie Burke off. Because they were getting deeper and deeper and deeper, and it's hard for him to use his pace down the channels when they've got so many men back. So I understand that, but let's go back. So first of all, Max Lowe is not a great left back in my opinion. I'm not going to give him too much stick, but he's had 2 bad games previous to this game. He wasn't great today. I don't think he was poor today, but he wasn't as bad as the last 2 games. Keane Bryan, probably the only player that could play there, because as you look on the bench and there's no Ampadu, there's no Jack Robinson, so we were struggling in that position. I thought Keane Bryan played a lovely ball into Ollie Burke to flick it on, and the keeper made a decent save. I'm sick of hearing him talking about Sam Johnston with these world-class saves. They're not world-class. They're just a save a keeper should make. And he flicked it on Ollie Burke, and it was a decent save, but it was not world-class. Anyway, so that was a great ball in. But other than that, he was a little bit shaky at the back. I thought he was going to be better. However, it was his first Premier League start of his career, and he was coming. He's not had I don't think he's had a league start for us. So there's a lot of pressure on Keane Bryan tonight. And he did okay. Not brilliant, but he did okay. Made a couple of mistakes. For the goal, somebody should have been... Like, they played it to whatever his name was, Conor Gallagher or whatever he's called, on the edge of the box about 3 or 4 times. And they just allowed him to just, like, stand on the edge of the box and have a shot. Why are we doing that? Like, after the first goal, where Sander Berge, terrible clearance, just landed to him, and then he shinned it. He shinned it in the back of the net, but Ramsdale was unsighted. There were loads of men in front of the ball, and he couldn't get to it. Right, okay, sorry, where were we? Basham Egan, fine. Sander Berge, okay. But he should be taking the game by the scruff of the neck, Sander Berge. He should be. And he did okay. First half and blazed it over the bar. He just should be doing more for me. He should be creating more chances. He should be having more shots from that right hand side. Fleck still doesn't look match fit. I don't think Fleck really showed what he's capable of. Fleck for me is our best player, and yeah, he looked a bit sluggish at times. He didn't really join the attacks too many times. Didn't get forward enough to have shots. He had one early on in the game that he kind of screwed wide. He was okay. Wasn't great. Ollie Norwood, I didn't even notice he was on the pitch most of the time, especially in that first half. And then up front, like I said, Burke played really well. Just the final kind of connection on the ball, whether it be a shot that he had within the first 30 seconds, I think it was, or a minute and 30. McBurney flicked it on really well. He got behind the man and he just couldn't connect. I don't know if it was off balance or it was just out of his way, but he just couldn't get onto the end of it. Like I said, loads of times where he just couldn't take the ball with him. McBurney, he had a mixed game for me. I think he did well in the air, but only a couple of times he found our players. There's no point. Why are we playing long ball to McBurney all the time? All the time. Long ball to McBurney. He wins it quite a lot of the time, but it very rarely goes to one of our players. I think the fact that the first thing that happened in the game was McBurney flick on and then we nearly scored. I think that was like stuck in everyone's brains. It's like, let's just lump it forward to McBurney, hopefully that he wins it and hopefully it lands to one of our players. Just weren't good enough. But we did play some nice balls down the channels, like I said, to Ollie Burke. So yeah, the goal, I've already been through it. Sander Berge, terrible clearance. Not a great shot, to be honest. It came off like his ankle, but it went in the back of the net. Good enough connection for it to be in the back of the net. And then at 1-0, I'm like, surely we're going to step up now. And at that point, I was like, I think that's given us a kick up the backside to go and take the bull by the horns. Because we did. We took the bull by the horns early on, and we could have scored 2 or 3 before they scored. but we didn't. They scored, but then we were on the back foot. We were poor. We were really poor. There were so many parts of the game where we were better for 10-15. They were better for 10-15. And I know that's football, but in that second half, they were just playing on the break. They were like, we've done our business. Sheffield United can't score to save their life. And they were right, weren't they? They were completely and utterly right. So the second half, I'm trying to piece all these chances together because it's so difficult to remember them all. Because I left as soon as the whistle was blown. I came upstairs as soon as the whistle was blown so I could do this video and get it out. But yeah, it's just very, very disappointing. I've already been through all the chances that we missed. Brewster had a great chance Bruce had a great shot that hit from outside the box that kind of, it was difficult for Sam Johnson to hold. Pushed it away. And it was another one where we just did not capitalise on mistakes. Oh, really frustrating. Really, really frustrating. But let's talk about moving on, because I don't want to talk about Mousse's terrible, terrible miss again. I don't want to talk about McBurney missing another chance. And I certainly don't want to talk about George Baldock going through right in front of goal and putting it miles over the bar. Oh my God. Mousse's was definitely the worst. Let's be honest. And I'm already laughing about it. I don't know how I'm laughing about it, but I am. I think I've been saying all season that it will come. We will put a run together and we'll get out of this. But it's going to be hard. I can't see. I know I said earlier that 40 points is what we're aiming for, but I can't see a load of teams finishing with high 30s. I think it will be a low points total this season, but if we can't beat teams like Fulham, teams like West Brom, teams down there, how are we supposed to beat teams towards the top and in the middle of the table? Like, don't get me wrong, we created a lot of chances today. We could have scored about 5 or 6 goals. We definitely had better chances than West Brom had, but we just didn't put them away. So, is this all going to click at some point? Is it? Because it needs to, and it needs to be a miracle for us to get out of this now. I'm still thinking the table doesn't look horrendous. It looks bad, but it doesn't look horrendous. But I'm still thinking about that 40 points and thinking that's a very, very, very long way away from 1 with 28 games to go. Oh my God, I just can't believe it. I can't believe we've put ourselves in this position after how good we were last season. What's happened? Now, I know Jack O'Connell, but you can't keep blaming it on Jack O'Connell. Jack O'Connell's out. We don't rely on one player. We're creating chances down the right. I know we're being one-dimensional. I know that. But we are creating chances down that right-hand side. We should be creating better chances, and we should be putting them away. And we're not. Everything's going wrong. Now, this is the game. This is the most embarrassed I've been of our strikers, or us in front of goal, because Mousse missed an open net, really, weren't it? Baldock missed, could probably call it a one-on-one. McBurney missed another one that was really, really simple. Well, not simple, but you know what I mean. It's a very, very good chance for a £20 million striker. I don't know what to say. I don't know if I've missed any. If I've missed any chances that we missed, leave them in the comments. But they're big enough. 3 massive chances. They didn't have that many chances all game. They had one chance. They had one. Their goal wasn't even a good chance. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, where do we go from here? We've just the only good thing that's come out of this defeat tonight is that it can't get any worse. Because now everybody thinks we're down, including our supporters. A lot of supporters before tonight thought we were down. And I thought if we could have won this game, it would have stood us in good stead for the rest of the season and we could have put a run together. But unless this gives them a kick up the backside, and we go on and do go on a run. But we've got Leicester next. I don't know who else we've got after that, but we've got Leicester next. Are we going to get any points out of Leicester? We're lucky to get 1. Never mind 3. And we need to start... We can't be drawing games. We need to start winning games if we're going to get out of this mess that we've got ourselves in. Jack O'Connell's probably not going to be back until March time, which the season's going to be over for us if we don't pull his finger out. So that would be no point there. So yeah, it made... What did make me laugh was that they put our strikers up and how many games they played this season and how many they'd scored. And McGoldrick has scored 2 goals. And McGoldrick's the only striker that he didn't bring on. Now, I understand why he didn't bring him on, because McGoldrick's not really a player you bring on to score you a goal, if you like. He could get a goal, but he's not really a striker that you bring on for that. But he scored 2 goals for us this season. He scored a great one away to Arsenal. And I can't remember the other one. My brain's fried right now. I'm feeling like we're a defeated team. And I'm fearing for Wilder's job. I'm going to be honest. I don't want him to lose his job. Even if we got relegated with a points tally less than Derby's, which I don't think is going to happen. But I still think Wilder's the man to take us back up into the Premier League if we did get relegated. So I think sacking him now is not the right idea at all. But the thing is, it is a results business, and if it wasn't Chris Wilder, if it was some random Nigel Clough, someone like that, I'm just picking an ex-manager out of the air. If it was Nigel Clough, I'd be like, yeah, he's got to go. Let's bring someone else in who can galvanise the team. But it's Chris Wilder, and it's not. It's not one of those things where it's like, oh, he's a Sheffield lad, he's this, he's that, other. He's taken us from League One to the Championship. He's then taken us to the Premier League. We had a great Premier League season last season. We can't sack him. We can't. And I am fearing for his job right now. I really am. If it were Kevin McCabe, I don't think he would, because you have to pay him off and then you have to bring someone else in and probably a lot of money. But with it being the Prince and him thinking, can we get out of this? I think right now, if we started putting some points together, we could get out of this. But if we went and lost 2-3 more games, we definitely can't. And I think the Prince will probably look at that and be like, now might be the time to shake it up a bit, which is very scary thinking about it like that. So I'm hoping he doesn't do it. I'm hoping he doesn't. But this could be it. This could be breaking point for the Prince, because we've just lost to a team that are probably going to get relegated. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I don't think there's much else. We created a lot of chances. We just didn't put them away. So there is a shred of light at the end of the tunnel from that performance. We were terrible from corners, though. I've not even gone into that. I don't want to go into that. We were terrible from corners, set pieces. Now, I know that West Brom, a very good, very big side, win a lot of headers in the box, either box. But every time the ball came in the box, I was scared. And I didn't feel like that all last season. Anyway, let's leave it there. Thanks for watching. If you would leave a like on this video, I would appreciate it, because I don't want to make this video. You could probably understand why I don't want to make this video. But I have done. I will then spend another half an hour editing it. And then I'll be spending another 20 minutes getting uploaded to YouTube. So I would really appreciate if you liked it right now. And leave a comment, please. That would be great. Thanks for watching. Hopefully we're going to pick up some points at some point. That would be great. Please. Yeah, like the video, subscribe, and stay in good nick.
Look at that ping from Norwood. Makes other teams look no good. Yeah. We've got a team full of leaders. Alan Hill, Chris Wilder taught us. Right. Yeah, there was us on the tour bus. Yeah. No count many goals, Billy scored us. It's beautiful downtown Brom. We are the boys from Shore.